It's happening. July 6th is not what it seems. Two powerful cosmic events collide. A rare double portal is opening. One will pull you forward at light speed. The other will shut a door forever. And if you're not energetically aligned when it hits, you'll miss everything meant for you. You are already feeling it. The strange pacing of time, interrupted sleep, the urge to say something, then silence. That's not coincidence. That's the portal sinking into your field. This is not a minor transit. This is a cosmic turning point, and only those tuned in will ride the shift instead of being swept by it. So stay with me. But first, do 3 things. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment 777. On July 5th, the sky is not still, it is splitting open. 2 celestial forces, Pluto and the Sun, face off in a rare cosmic confrontation while the Moon ignites a fire path through. Aries, this is not random. This is a portal disguised as pressure. Pluto, ruler of the unseen, rises now like a storm beneath your skin. He doesn't speak in words, he pulls you into truth. The Sun, guardian of soul and identity, shines directly into that shadow. Together, they force a reckoning. Meanwhile, the Aries moon activates the warrior within. It doesn't ask for permission, it surges, it breaks timelines, it says, choose your direction or lose it. And hidden inside this alignment, the double portal, the same energy once feared by the ancients. Linked to the Eye of Horus and the Serpent Star, Algol. This isn't astronomy, it's sacred technology, and it just went live. This portal marks a shift that goes far beyond planets and phases. On a soul level, this is a release point. Lifetimes of karmic entanglement, soul contracts written in pain, and timelines built on survival are now dissolving in real time. This is why everything feels strange. You're not just going through a difficult week, you're standing at the edge of a spiritual migration. What's closing is not just a chapter. It's a version of you that cannot follow where your soul is going. The tension in your body, the silence in your thoughts, the sudden memories resurfacing, they're not symptoms of confusion. They are signs of untivering. You are being unplugged from old frequency grids, attachments that kept you repeating the same loops even as you begged to grow. The portal of July 5th is not subtle. It forces a decision. Continue unconsciously, or step fully into your light. 5D consciousness isn't a concept anymore. It's arriving through your nervous system, your throat, your sleep, your breath. The light body, your energetic template beyond the physical form, is upgrading fast. You may feel this as bursts of clarity, emotional floods, or total energetic stillness. It's all part of the restructuring. The veil between past and future is dissolving, and the present is where the rewrite is happening. Spiritual rebirth doesn't always feel like light. Sometimes it begins in the silence after something relationship, a belief, a false self. And in that empty space, a new frequency roots itself. That's what this alignment is offering. A complete soul reordering. Not through force, but through resonance. You are not being pushed, you are being recalibrated to a higher timeline. One that only activates when the old frequency dies. And that is already underway. Time is beginning to slip in strange ways. Some moments stretch endlessly while others vanish without a trace. You might find yourself wide awake in the middle of the night, thoughts racing, eyes wide open, as if something invisible is preparing you for what's arriving just after the July 5th portal. This isn't anxiety. It's not insomnia in the ordinary sense, it's your body sinking into a new frequency. Your inner clock is no longer operating by this dimension's rhythm. You're aligning to something higher. Fatigue might crash over you like a wave for no reason at all. Not because you've done too much, but because your system is processing more than it ever has before. You're not just living, you're upgrading. And that takes energy. You may feel full body heaviness one moment, then a sudden lightness the next. Your appetite might change. Your senses may sharpen. All of it is part of this energetic recalibration. There's a ringing in your ears, or perhaps a hum just under the surface of your awareness. At times it's soft, at others piercing. This sound is not imagined. It's your field attuning to higher frequencies. A download arriving. Even your skin might feel strange, overly sensitive, or electrically alive. You are not glitching, you are activating. Your body is becoming the instrument of your ascension. Emotionally, the wave hits even harder. You may cry without knowing why. You may feel deep love for someone long gone, or rage that seems to come from nowhere. These aren't mood swings. These are emotional codes rising from your cellular memory. The old timelines are surfacing for release. You are not weak. You are clearing. You are remembering who you were before the distortions. There may be pressure in the chest, tightness in the throat, a sudden burst of heat up your spine. This is the light body anchoring. Energy wants to move. Let it walk, shake, breathe, speak, cry, but don't shame your process. Don't silence what wants to move through you. You're not broken, you're transforming. What you're feeling isn't wrong. It's real, it's raw, and it's sacred. Your body knows exactly how to carry you through this. Trust it. The shift has already begun. July 5th opens more than a cosmic gate. It opens a mirror. Not the kind you gaze into to admire what's easy to love, but the kind that reflects what's been buried, denied, or disguised beneath your healing. This portal doesn't just activate light, it awakens the shadow. And not to punish you, but to liberate you from what's been silently shaping your path. You may already feel it. Old fears rising from nowhere. Emotions that don't match your current reality. Memories you thought you buried, resurfacing in vivid flashes or dreams. This is the shadow self. Not an enemy, but a forgotten part of youth, the one that holds your unmet pain, your unprocessed grief, your childhood wounds, and even karmic echoes from other lifetimes. Carl Jung once said, "The shadow is the part of ourselves we would rather not be." But that's only half the story, because within the shadow is also your creative power, your intuition, your raw truth, and your soul's fiercest wisdom, all locked behind emotional survival strategies that no longer serve you. And now, this celestial collision is pulling the lock open. On July 5th, as Pluto forces your hidden truths to rise and the sun illuminates what's been denied, a deep karmic unveiling begins. You may feel the urge to withdraw, to isolate, or to spiral. You may even begin doubting your growth. But that's the trick of shadow energy. It pulls you into discomfort so you can finally alchemize what you've always avoided. This isn't regression, it's release. The fear, the shame, the guilt, they are not proof of failure. They are signs that your soul is strong enough to feel what it once had to suppress. You're clearing soul wounds, not just for yourself, but for your lineage, your timelines, your past selves. Sit with what arises, don't rush to fix it, don't run. Let it breathe, let it speak, because when you bring light to the shadow, you don't just heal, you reclaim. July 5th is not just the peak of a portal. It's a threshold of self-revelation. And the deeper you go into your inner darkness now, the more truth you bring back into the light. This moment marks an irreversible reset. As the portal peaks around July 5th, a flood of solar and cosmic light codes enters the Earth's field, and you are one of the receivers, not just symbolically, but biologically, spiritually, and energetically. Everything is being rewritten, and no, it's not subtle. Your system knows it. Your cells know it. Your soul has been waiting for it. This is more than a shift. It's a rebirth. A complete shedding of what was coded into you through survival, conditioning, karmic inheritance, and soul contracts from other timelines. You're not just healing from this life. You're transmuting lifetimes of memory stored in your body, your bones, your blood. And as those layers break apart, something ancient and luminous begins to wake up inside you. Something that has always been there, but dormant. DNA is not static. It's responsive. It carries not just biological information, but vibrational intelligence. And in moments like this, when solar portals align with galactic frequencies, new strands begin to unlock. This is what the mystics and sages knew, what indigenous lineages protected that in rare cosmic alignments. The body remembers its divine architecture, and when the light codes arrive, your system responds. The symptoms may be intense, but they are sacred. Your chakras begin to spin differently. Your pineal gland pulses. Your spine, your hands, your voice, they all begin to recalibrate to carry more of your soul essence. Spiritual gifts may suddenly heighten. You might start sensing timelines, reading energy without trying, dreaming vividly, or receiving intuitive messages that feel louder and more precise. Don't dismiss it. These aren't random upgrades. They're activations written into your soul blueprint, timed for this very passage. The sacral might erupt with creative fire. The heart may crack open with overwhelming love or grief. The crown may tingle for days. These are not malfunctions. These are the signs of return to wholeness, to knowing, to purpose. The old egoic armor can't survive in this frequency. And that's why you might feel raw, exposed, or emotionally weightless. You're shedding what no longer fits the vibration you're stepping into. But you are not powerless in this. You are the architect of your activation. Your presence, your intention, your willingness to receive that's what turns this from just a wave into a transformation. This portal is not happening to you. It's unfolding through you. You are not the same person who entered this chapter. You are being recoded, realigned, and reborn. And while it may feel chaotic at times, beneath the surface, your soul is singing. The higher self is anchoring. Your field is clearing. The body, the spirit, and the timeline are merging. You're not waiting for the new beginning. You are the new beginning. It's already happening. There is a shift moving through the world that no screen, headline, or logical thought can capture. You can feel it in your bones, in your breath, in the way silence suddenly feels louder than words. Something is cracking in the invisible layers of our shared reality, and whether you've named it or not, you've already stepped into it. The 5th of July is not just an astrological marker, it is a turning point in the collective soul. A moment where a global portal stretches open, allowing a new current of frequency to move through the body of humanity. This isn't about individuals alone. This is the earth speaking to her children all at once. You may have felt this as a kind of energetic pressure, as if the whole planet is exhaling something heavy and inhaling something unknown. It feels like endings and beginnings are folding into each other, like time isn't quite working the same, and in many ways, it isn't. The grid is shifting. The collective blueprint that holds humanity's patterns, stories, trauma, and truth is being rewritten through us, through our bodies, our thoughts, our choices. We are not separate from the global shift. We are the antennas through which it broadcasts. Every time you make a conscious decision to love instead of judge, to slow down instead of rush, to feel instead of numb, you are feeding the field. Every vibration you emit creates ripple effects. Whether or not you see them, they are real. They echo through the lattice of energy that binds us all. You are part of the living nervous system of the planet. A single soul, yes, but a deeply important one. And what you heal in yourself sends medicine into the collective. The rage you transmute, the grief you finally let yourself release, the forgiveness you never thought you could give, these are not small things. These are quantum adjustments to the Earth's energetic frequency. Right now, there are thousands, maybe millions of souls waking up in waves. Some slowly, some through rupture, some through beauty, others through heartbreak. But all are being pulled toward a frequency that cannot be reversed. A kind of truth that cannot be unseen. This is not just a spiritual upgrade. This is a collective remembering of what we came here to be. Old systems cannot hold this frequency. That's why you're seeing collapse, distortion, disconnection in so many structures: political, economic, spiritual. We are watching outdated blueprints dissolve in real time. It feels chaotic, even dangerous. But beneath that chaos, there is order. A higher intelligence is moving, and it is calling the awakened ones to hold their position. New Earth is not a myth, it is not a dream, it is a frequency, a harmonic field that exists just above the static of fear and division. And every act of consciousness you embody brings it closer into form. You are not waiting for a future. You are building it through frequency right now. The division you feel from others, The sense that you no longer belong in familiar circles, this is part of it. You are no longer sinking to the old emotional climate. Your soul is sinking to a wider field, a cleaner resonance. You're not losing your mind. You're aligning to the next octave of humanity. That strange restlessness in your heart. The urgent need to do something, but not knowing what it is, that's the broadcast calling to you. And you are not alone in hearing it. The souls who feel the most tired right now are often the ones doing the deepest spiritual work, not just for themselves, but for the field. There are beings across the globe acting as energetic stabilizers right now. Some know it, many don't. But they're holding the grid steady while the old one breaks apart. That's why so many are feeling exhausted, disoriented, overwhelmed. You're not weak. You're absorbing and translating higher frequencies that have never been embodied in this way before. We're being asked to become frequency leaders, not by title or ego, but by embodiment. To walk as the light even when surrounded by darkness. To feel the collective fear, but not feed it. To move through grief and still radiate presence. This isn't about perfection, it's about resonance. About choosing alignment over avoidance. About doing your inner work so that your presence becomes a stable field for others, not because you want to be their healer, but because when you are fully present, you become a tuning fork for others to find their own truth. The 5th of July initiates a recalibration in the frequency of collective consciousness. We may not see the full effects instantly, but sensitive souls will feel the shift. It will come in waves, in moments of stillness that suddenly stretch open, in conversations that carry deeper truth, in dreams that feel like messages, in synchronicities too precise to ignore. If you've been pulled inward, isolated, or stripped of old identities lately, know this: you are not being punished. You are being prepared. Your system is being cleared of noise so you can hold more light, more clarity, more coherence, because you are needed, and your frequency matters. When enough of us stabilize this light within ourselves, we hit a tipping point. The collective grid changes tone, and what once felt like spiritual theory becomes reality. Not all at once, but steadily. A new earth not just imagined, but lived. The frequency of awakening is contagious. Not in a viral sense, but in an energetic one. When your light anchors, it silently gives permission for others to do the same. And that's why your transformation is never just about you. It is a gateway through which others begin to remember who they are, even if they never say it out loud. Even if they resist, I to a field speaks before you ever open your mouth. Across the globe, soul groups are beginning to reassemble. Not always physically, but energetically. The resonance is shifting. You might feel drawn to new communities, new voices, new teachings. Or you might find yourself letting go of connections that once felt vital. It's not rejection, it's recalibration. You're tuning into your true vibrational family, and the space you make through that release becomes the doorway through which part-aligned souls can enter. This portal is widening the gap between the old Earth timeline rooted in fear, competition, survival is becoming heavier for those trying to hold it, and the new Earth timeline rooted in unity, coherence. Embodiment is becoming more magnetic to those choosing presence. This is not a punishment. It's a natural separation of frequency, and each soul will gravitate toward the field that matches their readiness. On the 5th of July, that separation becomes more visible. The inner world begins to show itself more boldly in the outer. Masks fall, truths emerge. Illusions that once held power dissolve. This doesn't mean everything becomes easier, but it becomes clearer, and clarity is the first step to empowerment. Unity consciousness does not mean sameness. It means resonance despite difference. It means honoring the sacred uniqueness of each soul, while remembering we are all cut from the same divine source. This is what the portal is asking us to embody. Not just light, not just love, but truth. Radical truth, even when it hurts. Even when it reveals what we've tried to suppress. To awaken fully is not to escape the world. It's to re-enter it with eyes that see beyond distortion, with a nervous system that can hold paradox without collapsing, with a heart that doesn't bypass the dark, but includes it in the sacred whole. This is the embodiment of multidimension, not floating above, but anchoring below, while remaining connected above. Many of you have been preparing for this for lifetimes. You've carried codes inside your spirit that are just now beginning to activate. Some of you came here knowing you would awaken others simply by existing, by living your truth, by surviving what tried to silence you. You are the bridge between timelines, between dimensions, between what was and what is becoming. If you've been feeling disillusioned with the world, it's because your inner reality has already outgrown the density of the old one. If you've been grieving things that haven't ended yet, it's because your soul already knows what must fall away. And if you've been sensing a quiet power building within you even through the confusion, it's because your gifts are waking up. These gifts aren't always loud. They don't need to be mystical or performative. Sometimes the gift is radical stillness. Sometimes it's the ability to speak uncomfortable truths in a room that only knows avoidance. Sometimes it's empathy so deep it hurts. These are spiritual technologies. And as the grid shifts, your gifts will sharpen, not just for your growth, but for your service. Every act of self-healing you commit to becomes a beacon in the grid. Every time you choose compassion over control, surrender over resistance, clarity over performance, you recalibrate the field around you. You affect more people than you know. Light travels fast, but frequency travels deeper, and your field is already reaching those who need it. This is why the 5th of July is not just another turning of the wheel. It is a signal flare in the sky for those whose missions are activating now.